I'm going to give you a couple stories that I think you'll enjoy. You know, I think we all, for those of us that love sports, and I know most of you do, or you wouldn't be involved with this group. You know, you watch the games, and I'm no different. Football is my favorite sport, and you can tell with the great size I have that I had a great career. But I love to watch football. I love to watch football. And I'll sit there, and I never was a quarterback for one snap. I have no idea what they should be doing, but if I watch a guy make a bad play, I'll complain right along with everyone else. And, you know, so basketball-wise, we go 2 years ago. The best team we've ever had in a regular season was 2 years ago at Kent. We were ranked in the top 25. We won 28 games. It was really a special team. And on that team, we had a kid who was the defensive player of the year in our league. And the first game of the year, we went up to Detroit. And Detroit had a really great team. They finished 4-25. But it was the best 4-win team you've ever seen. And that'll make sense in a minute. But we're at Detroit, and we're winning by 2. It's tied up with 30 seconds to go. We're trying to hold it for the last shot. And we ran a play, and we never thought that a backdoor cutter would be open. But they were 3-25 in their games that weren't against Kent State that year. So they gave us a layup on the backdoor cut. And we scored with about 9 seconds to go. And usually, you know, that's a little early, but we weren't going to turn down a layup. So we're up 2. And as soon as we scored, Detroit called timeout. So we bring them over, and at that stage of the game, it's not real complicated. So we had, these timeouts are forever. And you guys that watch them on TV, you know, I mean, it feels like all it is a timeout the whole time. So they come over, and for 60 seconds, all we did was we're looking at them, and we're like, all right, listen, we are switching every screen, and don't help on the drive. We're not giving up a 3, so just switch every screen and don't help on drives. Figuring if they can drive around one of our guys one-on-one and make a shot in the paint or whatever, it'll be tied and we'll go to overtime. You know, we felt like we'd have a good chance. If that's what the result was, we didn't want to give them one shot to upset us. So everybody understands, and they all nodded, and we repeated it, and everybody nodded. So we come out, Detroit referee gives the player the ball to inbound, and it gets to about 3 or 4 seconds. They couldn't get it in, so they called another timeout. So they go running over there. We come over. We, again, I mean, we don't have anything else to say, so we spend 60 more seconds telling them, switch every screen, don't help on a drive. Switch every screen, don't help on a drive. Everybody understands? Yeah, okay. Everybody understands? Yeah, we got it. So 60 seconds of that. We come out. They decide to throw the ball in, and they threw it to half court and called another timeout so that they could run a sideline play. So here these guys come over. So for the third time, we get another 60 seconds of switch every screen, you know, don't help on a drive. So I think everyone in the room now has the game plan down pretty well. We come out of the huddle. They throw it in. We switch the screen perfectly. Our guard ends up on their 4-man. So their 4-man, you know, if you're not a big basketball fan, that's their power forward. So it's really their second biggest player. Guy probably couldn't dribble twice without injuring himself. So we've got our point guard guarding, so we feel pretty good about that. The kid takes one dribble going lateral, takes another dribble going lateral, and our defensive player of the year came sprinting over to double team him from across the court, and they just turned and pitched it to a guy who was wide open, and the guy hit a 3 at the buzzer. It was at that point in my career I realized that I could just sit down and say nothing. Like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing down here. So I watched Coach Christian. It's a good thing he's not faster because he chased the kid to the locker room. He couldn't catch him, thank God. But you know, it's always good. So when you're watching those games, and some of us are sitting there figuring out how stupid the coaches are. In our case, at Kent, the coach is stupid. But in most places, it's just players losing their mind. We had our best one this year, my favorite story of the year so far, and we're having a good year. We've won 22 games already. Obviously, we have a humongous game Friday. It's not any different than it's been the last 3 years with us in Akron. We just the way it's played out. I mean, last year they came to our building, and if they won the last game of the regular season, Akron would have been the conference champs. We were fortunate we beat them. The year before that, we played them at their place, and we had already clinched a tie, but if they beat us, it would be a co-championship. We were able to beat them that time, but the year before that, they beat us in our gym to win the league. So it's come down to Ken Akron this will be the 4th straight year. And this one's on Friday night. It's on ESPN2, which is, a little bit rare for our league. We do get pretty good television coverage, but for us to get an 8 o'clock slot on ESPN or ESPN2 makes the game a little bigger. And it'll be a great game. Akron's got a good team, and we've got a good team as well. And for an area to have really 2 of the top, 50, 60 teams in the country separated by 7 miles is a heck of a thing. So it'll be a fun game and something we're really looking forward to playing in. And even if we win that game, this is going to go down as my favorite story of the year. We had one of our players was tested for attention deficit disorder, and he was found that he had that, and we needed to get him, the doctors prescribed medication to help him in the classroom, basically. So we got this young man to his doctor's appointment to get him tested, and everything okay, fine, to give him the medication. And I don't know the name of the medication, but whatever it was, he was supposed to take, on the thing, it said take 100 milligrams for 2 weeks, and then it went down to like 60 milligrams, and then it went to 40 milligrams. So it was just kind of getting him started on this medication to help him. So we get him to the appointment, he gets the prescription, he gets his medication, and he comes in the office, and one of my assistants asked the kid, he said, "Hey, did you get your prescription filled?" He said, "Yeah, coach, I got it." Okay, so day 2, we decided to get a little more technical, and we asked him, "Hey, did you take your medication today?" He said, "Yep." Next day, he comes in, and we ask him, "Did you take your medication?" And he says, "Yes." And we said, "Now, did you take 100 milligrams because you're supposed to take 100 milligrams first 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah?" He says, "No." Well, the assistant that did all the work to get into all these appointments was not happy, and he kind of started to chew him out a little bit. And partway into the chewing, the kid looked at him and he goes, Coach, hold on. They didn't give me any hundreds." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "All that's in there is 60s and 40s. So, that is 100% accurate story, by the way. I know many of you have children, and I have 2, and I can't get them to listen ever. Try getting 13 of them to listen all at once. It's a little tough, but